Look how fate works out. So, I'm supposed to been doing this video last night while I was looking busted, baby. Last night I was looking mighty busted, but I was like, shit, it's been like 10 days. I've been working like hell because I work at a plant 6 days a week. We now back on a 5-day schedule. They say we ain't supposed to work no more Saturdays until May. So, a girl can finally start to relax on Saturdays or whatnot. But I've been going through a whole lot. I've been going through trying to get my gender marker updated and everything. Hence why I'm glammed up. I still got to work on this part. I just got confirmation from my girl pal who is more experienced in this is me. She's a fellow T girl and she's going to help me out with this unit. I tried my best. And I guess it's a good thing the systems were down statewide. Because I was trying to go to another DMV. They was like, nah, bitch, they is all over. So I'm going to try to post off this. Because right now, my own hair, because I got 20 inches underneath this hair, is trying to poke through. So I can't lay this unit down. But it's supposed to be able to part all the way throughout or whatnot. Just to give y'all a quick update on this. And then we're going to get into the commentary. It's human hair, loose wave curl pattern. I got some main choice styling gel in it to enhance the curls, reduce the frizz and stuff a little bit. I'm not trying to play around with it too much because I'm wearing this to work today. And I got to have a net on, a hair thing over it the whole day. So by the time, it's done and with me doing all the work, it's going to give shock. It's going to give a little bit of shocker a little bit, honey. But anyways, on to the review. This is season 6, episode 12, the series finale. It's bittersweet when I think about it. Oh, but speaking of thinking about it, honey, fast forward a couple weeks. Tonka had a couple of weeks to think about what she was getting herself into, honey. So she goes and invites Kane over to the house to explain himself, honey. You got some explaining to do with. Do you want me? Because we ain't about to do this. Your man is my man and your man too. Oh no, bitch. Tonka said, honey, she's greedy in every sense of the word. No shade, Tonka. Tonka said, bitch, she don't do no sharing, honey. She want her snack all to herself, bitch. I ain't about to share with no motherfucking Oliver. And then here goes darn gone flip-flopping Kane like a darn gone pancake in the skillet talking about he only got eyes for Tonka and all this, that, and the third. And I'm just looking at the screen like, Tonka, don't go for this bullshit. like, really, girl? A fool in love make you do some strange things. Trust me, I know. I was in that darn gone predicament. Hell, a little bit in that predicament now. It's like anytime I fall for a guy or I entertain a guy in this case, I do some stuff that I don't even be thinking about. Like, I let a guy darn go and drive the car. I let a guy darn go and get loan money. Like, a fool in love will make you do some things. But honey, ain't no infidelity in my situation. I'd be damned if I'm making any sort of sacrifices and a man is darn gonna get some pieces on the side. Hell fuck no. And then it's like, it's this constant flip-flopping because it's like, you was just in your confessional talking about you had deep feelings for Oliver and y'all had something special. And why would he flip on you like that? This, that, and the third. And then now you trying to tell Tonka what the only thing y'all did was fuck. And then Tonka talking about she wish she would have got a heads up. Well, you did get somewhat of a heads up because darn on Oliver halfway did say that they had some flirtations and stuff going on in the past. Now, this is where Oliver flip like there's too much flip from for me. Because Oliver lied by omission by not disclosing that they slept together. That, Oliver and Kane had something going on. It was just like, it was more than just darn on flirting. Y'all was knocking boots. Yeah, y'all was doing a little bit of clappix acting, honey. So, and then hell, some golden showers and everything too. Like, Now, I ain't know Oliver was that type of freak, honey. Honey, Oliver's on my type of freak level, not golden showers and shit. Now, this is a strange thing. I'm very freaky as fuck, but nobody has ever gave me a golden shower. But I'm not opposed to it for the right one. That'll be something that I'll let my man do, like a relationship, maybe. Not just no hookup. The Kane just talking about y'all hookup buddies. Bitch, ain't nobody pissing on me and we just hookup buddies. Now, if we relationships or whatnot, and if your P is right, because y'all know I'm a health fanatic or whatnot, so I make sure you done drunk your pineapple juice and all that. You avoided any sort of, heavy vegetables such as asparagus. You ain't ate no red meats or whatnot, because honey, I ain't trying to, P got different flavors. Like, for the girls that do that, like, do y'all go for the very strong golden? Like, it's like I'm like a champagne shower, to be honest. Like, I imagine like if when that day come for me, I'm more of a champagne shower type girl, where it's like it's clear, like it has a little tinge of color, but it ain't that super yellow. Because a golden shower, in the sense of that means it got a lot of strong, stuff to, like, no, we ain't trying to have that. Just my personal opinion, though. But yeah, back to the regular schedule program. Didn't nobody ask my about my sexual escapades. But yeah, they talking about darn going, it was just some light flirting. You a light flirting ass damn lie. Y'all was knocking boots. You failed to disclose that. Darn on Tonka found out about the shit on Mad Day when you darn gonna had to knock fire into King Kane, cause he darn gonna said you was allowing him to touch you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but you refused Thursday. You refused for the ass to get grabbed on Thursday, and he was drinking, and darn gone, he didn't know the difference between consent and non-consent that day. That's Kane's story. But Tonka said he gonna ride out regardless. And it's like, Tonka, okay, if you like it, we will reluctantly tolerate it. Once again, let me repeat that. If you like it, we reluctantly tolerate it, because we ain't entertaining this bullshit. Normally we say, if you like it, I love it, but I don't love nothing about this bullshit from you. Girl, you is too darn gone chocolatey and beautiful and darn gone legendary. Bitch, in more ways than one, legendary. To be darn gone entertaining this goddamn bullshit. It's like, girl, the dick ain't even all that. They saying the dick is small. Like, girl, it ain't that much darn gonna ass. I'm just gonna be real frank, honey. Honey, you in Atlanta. There's a lot of darn gone trifling, low down, big dick darn gone freaks, honey, that wouldn't mind blowing your back out, baby. And they don't mind a little bit of pushing for the cushion, honey. They don't mind no extra pounds on the girls, honey. They like some of the thick girls out in the A, baby. So it's like, honey, darn gone, Kane is a dime of ducks. Actually, Kane ain't even really holding up from what they say. Honey, they say Kane is on the shrimp cocktail side. And I'm not even a size queen. Because, honey, not everybody's trying to get blown out every day by a 10-inch peen. But at the same time, 5 inches is a little bit disappointing. It's like, can you be like a good 6.5, 7 with some thick girth or whatnot? Not that you giving 5 and not even got no girth from what the girls are saying, honey. You ain't got no muscle definition or nothing like that. It's like, you real basic, honey. That must be a hell of a tongue game that you got to make up for all those like other things, honey. I'm just saying. But if she like it, we going to tolerate, honey. Moving on. But also no, we ain't gonna move on, because darn going Kane, you was giving all this darn going play. You talking about you got hoes and shit, and now darn going Tonka's your main hoe and all this, that, and the third. It's like that is no way to darn going address your spouse. Like, you still in the mindset of whorish behavior, and I know it takes a minute to change a mindset over, but you already in the doghouse in the sense of you done fucked around within the group. And this is my thing. Why is we fucking within the chasing group? Like, I understand. I give y'all leniency. Atlanta is so small with the entertainment industry, black, queer entertainment. You're bound to fuck somebody that has fucked on one of your friends or colleagues or something before. But goddamn it, in the same group on this type of level, this is just darn gone straight up ridiculous. On the same goddamn franchise, You done been connected to like 3-4 different people. But you talking about you got all this whole energy and shit. And I wasn't even going to compare, but bitch, I'm going to be petty. Baby, you is not no Aaron Thomas. You is not no darn Rico with a K. And last but certainly not least, you is not no darn Ike. AKA Tracks, AKA Voice of a Right, honey. You is not giving that type of darn luscious trade looking big dick energy. The darn gonna be coming at, like, even the Ikes of the world don't do no shit like this. Rico don't do no shit like this. I don't know about Aaron Thomas. But I seen what I seen what Virgo Tommy is working with. Like, even Virgo Tommy ain't giving all these theatrics with his darn cute 7.5, honey. I seen what you was working with before you deleted your darn page, boo. Moving on. But anyways, we got Love's. Oh, I mentioned love seeing darn Seven's hair. It's always nice to see the girls embrace the texture, and it's actually healthy. Like, sometimes when the girls have their hair out and after they take their weaves and stuff down, they shit be looking a hot mess. They darn stuff be matted. They don't know how to moisturize and treat their beautiful tight 4 curls. Honey, I love seeing that Seven knows how to darn treat her hair. Her hair is slicked back, but she ain't got no broken hairline. The darn curls and hair just hydrated and fluffy, honey. Seven, that's your lane. I wish we can see you in some more natural units. Like, add some clip-in extensions onto your beautiful crown, honey. That's my darn opinion on that. But it was beautiful seeing her hair out. She was talking with her mama, her gay. Well, let me add further context, because she actually do have 2 gay mamas, honey. She was talking to her gay mother. Let me add it like that, because she got her gay mamas and she got her gay mother. She was talking to her gay mother, honey. I did not catch her name. Charged to my brain, not my heart. But yeah. Now, my thing is this. Now, girl, you figuring yourself out. You early on in this transition just like I am. But the difference is, I don't think you really knew who you were as long as I've known. Because I've been pretty much living my life for the most part for like 10 plus years. And I've just started making the stuff official as far as hormones and stuff. But as far as people, addressing me as she, her, hers, and all that, that's been 10 plus years at this point. Versus just last season, people was calling you Drew, referencing you as he, him, his, and all that. People knew to call me she, her, hers for some years now. And I don't, but it's like, now granted, she's a little bit older than me. She's like pushing 40. She looks good for 40. She ain't quite 40. She like 36, 37. She looking good for age, but still, for her to say she's a mother and she's still trying to figure out her own self. Now, I can understand Tony being a mother because she's been doing this for like 20 years. But, girl, you've been doing this for like 2 minutes. And it shows because you already trying to kick your darn daughter out the house or whatnot behind something very petty and miscellaneous. Talking about she hard-headed or whatnot. So you want to put her on probation and all this shit. It's like, girl, get yourself right first before trying to get somebody else right. How is you trying to darn educate and guide somebody else, and you still over here on our screens having meltdowns, wanting to walk off shows because you can't have darn differences of opinions and verbal arguments with your darn gay co-stars and whatnot. You darn having meltdowns talking about pineapples. Girl, how the hell you want to guide somebody with those types of theatrics? I'm just asking. But she said she got children, honey. And the grandmother is trying to darn save the grandbabies. Honey, true to darn granny fashion, honey. There is always the grandparents to the rescue, honey. And then she's talking about, she's her drag has been elevated throughout this episode. She's talking about how her drag is elevated since transitioning, but she don't want to be referred to as a drag queen. I was like, what in the goddamn Sister Mary Clarence bootleg version of Mary Clarence's disc going on. It's like, girl, are you a drag queen or are you just a darn gone showgirl? Because that's a whole different category within itself. It's like you straddling the damn fence. You want to be referred to as one of the girls of drag. You being nominated in drag queen performances. But at the same time, you don't want to be painted up too much. You want to be painted up like a regular girl. And it's like, girl, just call yourself a showgirl. That's a whole different category. You refuse to be painted for the face to be seen across the room. And there's a reason why the girls paint themselves heavy, because the lights can wash you out. Like, for example, if I was to get close enough onto this right here, well, shit, this ain't really doing it justice. But if I had some heavy lights, this makeup is so light, the fact that it actually looks like my skin or whatnot, that if I was the darn going had heavy lights on me, it would easily wash my skin out. Because I don't have it super heavy. I don't have no blush or anything. It is like when you're giving performance, you're supposed to be giving full glam. You don't supposed to be looking like what you look like every day. And it's like, if you ain't really putting no effort into the makeup, you giving more so no makeup look, which is good for day to day, but not necessarily when you supposed to be giving a theatrical performance. It's like, girl, you more like a glamorous showgirl at this point that can do stunts and theatrics. You're not really encompassing drag, because drag supposed to be the overemphasizing of the woman, the femininity. You supposed to give the glam and the big, lashes and all that, and you really just trying to give more so like a burlesque dancer. So, girl, you just need to go ahead and stick to your other lane. Drag is not what you really do or whatnot, and it's never what you have done. You don't like to be super painted. You don't really do nothing outside of the stunts. Like, you don't do all the variety of what drag queens do. It's like, girl, you just need to be like a pop burlesque girl. That's just my opinion on that. Lord Jesus. Now, this made me fall out. Ooh. Why in the hell, when we go over to J-Twan scene, J-Twan having to sit down and he don't call darn going 7. Oh God. He don't call 7. Oh. Head, shoulders, darn going. I can't even get the word out. He don't call darn going 7. Oh my God. Okay. Well, come on, get yourself together, girl. He don't call 7. Head, shoulders, teeth, and gums. And Nargo, he had the theater. He imitated Nargo 7. I'm sorry, girl. But when he did that shit, I felt the hell out. And then he didn't even stop there. And then he said, this gnat with titties. I said, oh God. Child, it might have paid for them not to have a reunion. Because, honey, y'all know my ass would have been in that eye. Honey, I told the folks, if they was going to have a reunion, this time come hell or high water, and especially now that I know about Turo, how you can rent a car at affordable prices, bitch, even without me not having a car, bitch, I am in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Y'all mugs is in Atlanta, Georgia. If y'all would have had that reunion, even if DivaWuan wasn't going to be the host, because it seems like Dario still don't know who I am. Dario gives me the Mariah Carey, the J-Lo. I don't know her. Bitch, even if I was just in the audience, bitch, I would have carried on so goddamn much at that reunion. Honey, the folks would have been fighting. The folks would have darn got the fight behind me darn break it out. Because I can only imagine how J-Twan would have been giving it up at the reunion, honey. Because he ain't the type to hold back. And Seven would have got theatrical and loud. Oh my God. That shit would have been something right there. And then Kane got the answer to the flip-floppiness. He I'm jumping over a little bit. You done moved with doggone Tonka. And then now Tonka look back at these goddamn scenes months later of you confessing your love to Oliver, bitch. That would have been something to see on that goddamn reunion. And then Oliver getting Panama City on goddamn Kane. Now doggone Kane done pissed off like damn near the whole cast. We Were Born done pissed off damn near the whole cast. Honey, the folks would have been calling out old girl about the sugar that child boo. That would have been a reunion. I'm telling you, I would have darn gone paid to go to that goddamn reunion. Like I said, I would have drove the 3 hours for that shit. But unfortunately, we ain't getting it. It is what it is. But yeah, it had a Nat with titties. Ooh, that shit threw me for a loop. Then Wayne drops the Uno reverse card on our ass. Honey, the reason why Tonka was so darn forgiving, allegedly, of darn Kane. Well, she was forgiven, but the alleged part of why she was forgiven is, honey, she was dabbling within the chasing group her damn self. Honey, darn Wayne was like, well, damn, you said you in a relationship with Kane and all this devotion and shit, but you was just trying to slide in my DMs just last week. It wasn't last year or a couple years ago. It was just last week you was trying to darn see about me. Now, Tonka girl, now you my fellow Carolinian sis. You know I love you, honey. But if that's true, I'm just gonna call it like it is. That is some type of trifling, and I'm gonna tell you why that's trifling. That's not trifling to Kane, because really you don't owe that motherfucker not a damn thing. Now you can do better than that motherfucker, in my opinion. But let me tell you something. I love you darn Tonka, but I love my Rico more. And I don't know what it is which y'all want to dabble behind each other's whatnot, but it's like, Rico is my number one, honey. Rico is my good sister in my head. And if that's true that you try to slide on Rico's thing, it's like, now that's some type of trifling right there. Because it's like, don't you owe your girl pal the decency of not trying to go behind her darn sloppy seconds and whatnot? It's like, why her and darn and then it's like earlier this season we seen that Rico and Wayne wasn't really feeling each other. They darn had a little fault. Now I think they got back on good terms later on, but it's like the fact that you were darn try to circle behind who you know was messing with your darn good sis at one point. That's trifling. That's trifling low down, Tonka. I can't even condone that. You don't owe goddamn Kane not a damn thing, but you should know you shouldn't do that to your good sis Rico, in my humble opinion. If it's true, because we never, we didn't see the messages or anything. See, this would have been some shit that I would have asked at the reunion. I would have been like, Andy Cohen, bitch, hand over the motherfucking phones, honey. Let me see it. Because I would have darn this is what I would have said. Wayne, hand me that phone. So Tonka, is the reason why you was forgiven is because of the fact that you was trying to slide over here with Wayne. Now, Rico, how do you feel about your good sis trying to slide on your sloppy seconds? See, that's how I would have been conducting the goddamn. See, that's probably why they wouldn't make me the host, because that's how I would have been giving it up as the damn host. I would have been like Wendy Williams at the goddamn reunion, child. And then I would have called out Kane on that confessional talking about professing love for Oliver. But meanwhile, you trying to love up on goddamn Tonka. Bitch, everybody would have been fighting, child. Everybody was kung fu fighting. But anyways, moving on, honey. We had that reverse Uno from darn going on Wayne the Pain, honey. And then it's like, speaking of Rico, the next scene we got Rico helping Tonka get fit in her music video, honey. And it's giving very much the same thing. Like, I know y'all plus size girls and whatnots, and honey, Missy Elliott is that girl. But is everybody going to keep doing the I can't stand the rain looking out of my window? I can't stand her. I'm super fly. I was like, Lord knows everybody want to give super fly tees, honey. We done seen this shit from Rico. Now here you go, Tonka, following suit. It's like, girl, you could at least changed up the color. Like, bitch, you could give us purple. You could give us blue. Like, girl, come on now. Add a little, like, it's one thing to be inspired. But it's like, can we innovate and change it up a little bit? Like, you, even if something as simple as if you would have changed up the color scheme. And bitch, you a goddamn ballroom girl. Now, this is how you could have fucked that shit real quick. Honey, you got that beautiful chocolate skin. Silver will look good up against your skin tone. And we are in the era of Renaissance. Bitch, if you would have darn gonna switch that dark out for some silver and it would have had some reflective chrome to it or whatnot. As you was darn gonna, bitch, that shit would have darn gone, that would have turned it, honey. That would have been elevating the style. Because it would have still been paying homage to Missy Elliott, but you would have darn gonna added like a good old twist to it that would have just made it your darn on mark right there. That's how you do the thing, honey. But it was still cute nonetheless. Oliver, in lieu of all the situation, is still on set as the director because Oliver is a professional, honey. Oliver still said, honey, she getting her paper. Honey, she getting her paper, honey. She was like, bitch, we might can't see it for each other. We might not even be friends after this. But girl, I'm still going to help you out, honey, because money is money. And then they have a talk or whatnot. Tonka, I'm really disappointed in you, girl. Because then we find out that Kane not only was touching up on Oliver that night. And Oliver said, bitch, you might have touched me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but this Thursday is a no-no. And Rico is a no all the time. Because, see, Rico is on girl code. Rico said, bitch, I will knock you the fuck out behind my good sis. Don't even play that game. And Rico went immediately to you and told you what was happening in real time. She didn't hold on to that information. She didn't darn gonna remain silent and all that. She came straight to you as soon as that shit darn gonna start this suit. That's motherfucking girl code. And how do you pay your good sis back? You trying to fuck on her darn gonna sloppy darn gonna seconds. Allegedly. Because once again, like I said, that shit would have been proven at the goddamn reunion. And I would have been asking for everybody's goddamn phone, honey. But if it's true, like I said, just trifling, darn on Tonka. Trifling. Matter of fact, that's your darn on nickname for the end of this shit. Trifling Tonka. Because now you got darn going Jay more traumatized because he's a SA victim in the past. This brought up past memories for him. Then Oliver, we find out, was abused all his life from the age of 5. He had a couple years of breaks in between. But I was like, baby, you pretty much got abused throughout your whole childhood. You talking about 5, 6, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15. And then a couple years into your adult life, they started giving you some money and started putting you through the darn on school or whatnot. I was like, oh my. And then you know it can get even more darker if we go into that. Now, I would have been sensitive on this, but now we know Oliver was one of them 200 people that got the scholarship under Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey sent 200 black males to darn going, what was it, Morehouse? And Oliver was one of them recipients. Now, we know in lieu of Harvey Weinstein and how Harvey Weinstein was moving with both the guys and the girls, honey. You know, this would have been my question for Oliver. Now, you got a scholarship through there going Oprah Winfrey. And you said at this point some of the folks were starting to give you items. Well, some of the folks allegedly, not to implicate Oprah in no shit. Because, honey, we ain't trying to have you on that type of trouble. Because, honey, Oprah have all of us wrapped up in court, honey, indefinitely. But I would have been like, now, was there any influential people subsequent to Oprah putting you into Morehouse that rolled in them circles? Was they some of the ones that was bankrolling you as they was darn gonna inappropriately filling up on you? Honey, see, I would have switched up. I would have went from darn gonna Wendy Williams to Barbara Walters real quick. That's the question I would have asked Oliver on that regard. But I would have been sensitive you know, whatnot. So I would have gauged, if his mindset was there. Now, if he started tearing up, I would have pulled back a little. That's how you conduct a darn on interview or whatnot. Just saying, I would have been a great host. If there's still time, honey, we can darn gonna do a Zoom on this. Well, no, I ain't doing no Zoom because motherfuckers be like Nene Leaks and darn gonna slam slam the laptop shut. We need the bitches there in person. But yeah, that's that. What else we have? Yeah, Jay was traumatized. Darn on Rico was darn on tearing up a little bit. And then Tonka still talking about he gonna fight out with his man. So pretty much you just darn gonna set your darn on you just putting all your eggs in one darn on rotten ass basket, honey. You darn gonna letting go some solid friendships for darn gone Kane. You letting go of darn gone Rico Cassadine at this point. You letting go Jay Moore. And you letting go of Oliver for goddamn Kane. And then these are folks that you no longer have stronger relationships with. Like Kane, you just known him right now. I can understand if you at least known him for the same amount of time and there's some intensity there. But it's like, bitch, you've known these mugs longer. Well, maybe not Oliver, but you've known Rico. Rico's your good dang on protege. That's your motherfucking sister. And motherfucking darn on Jay is your good ride or die. Now, Tonka, bitch, I got to question your mindset. Now, we done seen everybody throughout this season sitting down with darn going Antoine the therapist. Bitch, we need to darn going, I would have been like Tonka. Everybody done seen Antoine the therapist. The way that you moving, why in the world you ain't sat down with Antoine the therapist? Because this darn going trifling, in my opinion. Then we move on from that. Speaking of people getting darn gone funny and stuff, we go from Oliver talking about his Morehouse tales to darn gone Berlin. Now, this is the cringy thing. At least with darn gone Oliver truly reflects the lifestyle. Honey, she be giving the couture and all of that when she wants to. It's like, Berlin, you down there to that darn gone bed frame looking about worse off than mine. It's like, now, bitch works a regular job. It's like a girl works a job at the plant, so y'all can't really question my darn gone basic background. But I'll be goddamn if I'm sitting on goddamn a web series, #1 web series, and I'm trying to portray like I'm the Black Kim Zodiac. Bitch, you ain't gonna make me darn gonna look like I'm great value anything. Bitch, this is darn going, hell, you could at least been giving Marshalls. Bitch, you was giving goddamn Wally World wackiness with this shit. Talking about, oh, surprise me, daddy, and all this. And daddy talking about he needs to see you. And it's like, girl, multiple mistakes. Number one, you ain't even giving the fantasy off right. Because if you was giving the fantasy like you supposed to, if you had him pussy whipped like you was supposed to, sex is not even a motherfucking object. When you give the illusion of darn gone sex and devotion without even really being committed to a nigga, when you know how to finesse and darn going and lure and entice somebody without even having to have sex with them, when you stimulate their mind and stimulate their emotions and everything, you can still have them darn gonna gift you items without them even having to ever touch you. If you know what you're doing. But see, you are so used to using your body and darn gonna getting worn down or whatnot. And it's like you don't know how to finesse the game right. And then you talking about he surprise you. Bitch, you don't ever let the man darn gonna surprise you. Bitch, this ain't your man at the end of the day. This is a goddamn client. Bitch, you need to darn go, honey, you need to tune into the have. I would have told her if I was the host on the reunion, bitch, you needed to tune into the have and have nots and see how Candace moved on darn gonna have and have nots. Bitch, that's how you supposed to operate, bitch. You talking about letting the man set the price. You don't ever let the man darn gonna set your worth. Now, the only exception is if he was your actual day-to-day man and y'all was in a committed relationship and he wanted to surprise you with some cash gift, okay, go ahead, surprise me. But if we talking about just hook up and shit, bitch, you ain't about to surprise me unless you gonna surprise me with more money than what my minimum is. This is what my minimum is. It ain't no, oh, I need $1 million, but you surprise, no, bitch. $10,000, that's what I need. You want me to go down on you? $10,000. If you want to blow this back out, bitch, it's $25K at the minimum. Now, if you want the darn going splurge on me like Jay-Z and also give me a $40K on my belly ring and gold fangs, gang, honey. Now, if you want to give me that type of shit, because I've had plenty of, give y'all a little backstory on Diva. I've actually had plenty of people try to go that route with me. I've had athletes in my DMs. Now, granted, it ain't the athletes that I would have preferred, but they were still professional in the league. But it wasn't my Odell Beckham. It wasn't my darn going that type of caliber. It wasn't no Cam Newton type of motherfucker sliding in my DMs. It was the ones that was making more like $600,000 to maybe $1 million a season. It was more so those types of niggas sliding in my DMs. I've had plenty foreign people all over, black, white, in between, in my DMs and shit. And once again, I never let them darn set the price of anything if I was to succumb to that. Now, I ain't never went that route, but if I was, and I had plenty of opportunity to do so, from singers, rappers, you name it, honey. It's like I've had quite a few of everybody in the industry, club owners, and everything, both domestic and international. Honey, like I said, you set your worth, you provide the fantasy or whatnots, and hell, you got darn gone came with the goddamn toys. So you talking about darn going, him couldn't get, honey, there's some darn gone stimulating products. Bitch, go ahead, and everybody loves a honey pack. Matter of fact, that's what the honey pack is actually supposed to be for. It's for the guys like him that can't really get it up, to help stimulate the darn going prostate and everything. And you provide the sex appeal and everything, and then you get some of Kane's toys or whatnots, and really darn gonna amp up some stuff in the bedroom. You supposed to darn gonna spice it up if you want to really go there on the sexual route. Girl, you ain't even darn gonna thinking about it even on the sex route like you supposed to. Like, just a whole waste to see. Like, that would have been some cross promotion right there. You could have darn gone plugged in, and it's like that was a whole wasted opportunity. You could have plugged in Kane's darn going sex toys and would have darn gone been able to use it on the darn gone sugar daddy, and would have got you some more money. Moving on. I'm tired of giving these girls darn gone advice that these hoes don't ever listen to, child. And I guess I don't have to give it to y'all no more. This is the end. This is the end, child. We get Kendra Land bars per usual, but once again, y'all know what caught my attention was the hair. I am a hair fanatic. True to beautician nature, I love seeing people with great skin and great hair. Honey, darn on J Twan with the beautiful darn on tight 4A curls, just sitting up, just I was darn on mesmerized by the fro boo. But yeah, you darn gonna, I'm still like, girl. And then the background wasn't given. Like, your bed should have had darn on, you should have had a California King at the minimal. You should have had darn on the bed frame with the gem studdeds, things that cost at least $3,000. Like, you should have had the bed frame halfway up to the ceiling. You should have had the bed where the TV comes out, and that's not that expensive, y'all. I'm thinking about getting one when I get my house. You can get it. You can get that on a payment plan with as low as a 630 credit score. The bed only costs $3,000. You can get it where the TV. Now the TV is separate. You got to get your own TV, but the TV can come on out of the darn on bed frame or whatnot. When I tell you that shit's badass, and then it has the LED lights at the bottom. Honey, the things I would do with that type of bed. Honey, I would be like doggone Raheem Shabazz, bitch. Honey, I'll be doggone make some home videos and doggone be have the live stream set up in a way where we can see each other on the doggone TV screen right in the middle of it, and have the mirror on the ceiling. Like, that's the type of freaking low romantic level that I'm on with my shit. See, doggone Berlin, she got a lot of learning to do, honey. Which is sad because I want to say she's also older than me. Girl, aren't you in your 30s? Why is it the 30s girls that's acting like they still in their teens? Like, we got darn on 7 trying to parent somebody and she ain't even really got herself right. And then we got Berlin trying to be a sugar baby. And, honey, she still acts like a baby in the true sense of, like, just acting like an adolescent child that don't know how to do shit. But moving on, darn going, old girl, Kendra's in the studio laying down the bars or whatnot. What else do we have? I'm sorry, y'all. My notes is all over the place because then it goes on to we find out Oliver. Oh, I touched on this earlier. That's why it's throwing me off. I talked about Oliver and his history or whatnot. Tonka finding out about Oliver, but once again, only part of the information because Tonka believed that they flirted only and not hooked up. And like I said, this whole scene, like, it's just so many ups and downs because we got friend betrayals, we got violation of girl codes, we got people don't know how to finesse darn on sugar daddies, we got darn on SAs, and it's bringing back some memories for me. Now, I'm not an SA victim. I've always managed to fight my way out of situations. I've had quite a few close calls, ranging from teachers trying to touch me in, middle school to even my own cousin one time. Not the one that died, y'all. I got plenty of cousins. This one is up there with the demon's age. He's psychotic. He just did like a 20-year bid, and he would always make these threats about darn on wanting to have his way with me and kidnap me and torture me and all this, that, and third. And the demon always thought the shit was funny. And then one night he darn gonna try to act upon it, in a sense. And fortunately, my cousins stopped it before he made it to my room or whatnot. Now, granted, the bitch stayed on ready. I had my stun gun and shit just in case. But that following day, unfortunately, he went on a psychotic rampage, murdered my other cousin, violated several girls, and led the darn on police on a high-speed chase. And when I think that could have possibly been me being one of the victims of being held hostage, like when we talk about like SA and stuff, it's like, I try to find a balance of trying to add some light commentary without getting too emotional, because once again, it does bring up some emotional stuff for me, because like I said, I've had my fair deal of close calls. Even people that are going trying to pull their car up to me and whatnots in certain ways. Darn guys walking up creepy on me on the road to try to snake. Like, I've had more close calls than I care to count, child. So I always tell people to darn stay, strapped up. Make sure you know your proper defense. Good thing that I did have a godfather that did teach me martial arts before he passed away. So it's like, once again, stay with all sources at your arsenal, especially if you're a young trans girl or whatnot. So it's like, we are the ones that are the most overlooked and not represented at all in the media. Like, they don't give us the hashtags and shit when we go missing and shit. They don't even think about us in the trafficking reports and stuff. So yeah, always be cautious or whatnot. And then it's like, you can't really trust nobody, sadly. Like, you always got to keep an eye, like, because it would be some of the closest ones. It could be that older cousin. It can be that darn teacher. Like in my case, Oliver's case. J.M. Moore's case. And even the therapist admitted that he was darn gonna touched by the neighbor. So you never know who it could possibly be. So like I say, you always got to keep a lookout, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So my empathies go out to all the folks who have dealt with SA on this platform or whatnot. So like I said, that was more the heavy impactfulness. Oh, this has been one of the, like I said, the most impactful season that they've had, honey. Every single episode really tears at my heartstrings and brings up like a part of my past or whatnot where I can think of whatnot. It's like this is the most relatable but painful and impactful, triumphant darn going season that they've had. Because even when we get to the confessionals at the end, we got, everybody had a good confessional story except for 2 people, and y'all know who those is. But 7, girl, I know I gave you some grief throughout this season. I don't really see it for you like that. But like I said, I relate to you amongst the most because once again, we going through this journey together. We done started this shit at the same time. You getting your gender marker updated. Just got it updated. Congratulations. I tried to get mine done today, actually. Hence why I'm glammed up. And mine didn't work out for now. Because all of North Carolina wanted to have a state outage. So I got to try again later on this week. But for me in North Carolina, it's just as simple as going to the DMV and renewing my license because my license is up for renewal anyway. I got to give up my old license that says male on it and just hand them the letter that my doctor gave me, designating my gender as female or whatnot. And that's pretty much it. I ain't got to go through no court process and stuff. Now, name change, they make that shit difficult as hell in North Carolina because you got to have multiple witnesses that are not family members and shit that's had to know you for 2 years. You got to have people sign notarized documents. You got to submit fingerprints to the FBI and shit. It's a whole goddamn slew of shit. It ain't as simple as what y'all think it is. Like, the money is not the problem. It only costs like $500 to change your name. It's just the tedious process of all what you got to go through. And you do got to go before a judge for the name change. So it's like, but at the end of the day, you actually don't need a lawyer. Now, it might be different in Georgia, but from what I read in Georgia, because y'all know I've been thinking about relocating to Atlanta, but I've gotten bittersweet attached to this job that I have. And even though they got one out there in Conyers, Georgia, which is 40 minutes out from Atlanta, I don't know if I still want to work at the plant by the time I make the move to Atlanta. I want to get back into doing, aesthetics full time, offering laser hair removal services, body sculpting, especially towards my trans girls, at more affordable costs and whatnot, because they be darn on price gouging the hell out of us, honey. And it's not really that expensive. So I want to offer more affordable costs to the girls. And, who better to darn gonna serve the girls than one of the girls? Because if you think about it, even in Atlanta, the queer capital of the nation, you ain't really got too many of us faces. Like, you got the gays recognized or whatnot, but you ain't got none of the trans girls. Like, name me one trans esthetician in Atlanta. I'll wait. It's time for me to darn gonna change that darn gonna up, honey. So I'm gonna make my way out there soon, honey. And when I do 7, you got a free service on me, baby. Because I'm so inspired by you or whatnot. So you darn gonna persevere through all of what you was going through. And you done got your name changed and everything. So congratulations, 7. And hopefully, I can join you soon. I'm trying my best. Next week, I should be able to not necessarily have my name changed, but at least got my gender marking still changed on my license. So that's 7's ending. And then we get Wayne performing. I love the blazer on Wayne, honey. I need to know where you got that darn on blazer from, Wayne. And then, like I mentioned, as y'all have heard from my stories on my Instagram and whatnot, so if y'all follow me outside of YouTube, unfortunately, I can empathize with J-Twan. This tugged at me because I'm still navigating through this a little bit. Y'all know I lost my cousin at the beginning of the year to gun violence. He was getting off of work, went to the block or whatnot in a certain housing area, got shot down in a drive-by on New Year's Day. So I dealt with that on January 2nd because I didn't find out the day that he died. And then I found out about my work husband, my friend, he darn gonna died on New Year's Eve. And that's been a whole traumatic experience to me within itself, because I stay getting traumatized every day that I go to work because they keep trying to put me in that area of where I last seen him alive. So there's a whole lot going on with that. But I lost him on New Year's Eve to gun violence. So yeah, we definitely need some more gun legislation, and that needs to be with more stiffer punishments, not necessarily gun restriction. When I say gun regulations and whatnot, because it's like with both of my scenarios, my work husband and my cousin was shot down by a regular handgun. It's not like they was shot down by an assault rifle. So banning high grade military weaponry wouldn't do nothing in these types of situations where people have gun. Also, add another layer of context: the person who murdered my work husband had a registered permit for his gun. So it's like, and he was a law-abiding citizen that didn't have no prior record from what I'm now gathering, since more stuff has come out in wake of my work husband's murder. So it's like, yeah, gun restrictions would not help in those types of situations. What we need to have happen though is more stiffer, harsher punishments towards the darn people who take the law into their own hands and gonna want to take people's lives. That way it would deter people from gonna try to commit those same atrocities. And gonna causing devastation to the loved ones of the survived person of the deceased. So my empathies definitely go out to DivaWuan on that. Whew. Then we get Tonka gets a job offer in DC. So she is leaving the A behind. Now that would have been very good to see Tonka on the spinoff they on Chasing DC, but we get another surprise at the end. And unfortunately, the surprise that we get before is Kane is darn riding on the coattails and darn tagging along with darn head mother is tagging along on Queen Tonka, and it's like, girl, you could have left him in the goddamn A. You could have left his sorry ass right in the motherfucking A. Like, you got the job opportunity. This bitch didn't get the goddamn job opportunity. You got the job opportunity. You should have left him in the A and said, bitch, we can try out long distance for a minute. And it really wouldn't have been that hard to darn as far as intimacy and stuff is concerned, because, honey, no, he got the sex toy line. I'm sure he got access to the private label of the toy where you can do the plug remotely, where you can key it into the darn tablet, and you can have it vibrate to certain music and stuff. Your partner can control your plug or whatnots from hundreds of miles away. So y'all would have still been able to have a little steamy sex life, even with you being all the way up in the darn northeast and him down here in the southeast. But you had to darn drag him along, child. Okay. And then at the end, we get a surprise darn plot twist. Honey, we ain't getting Chasing darn DC just yet. We ain't getting no Chasing Philly. Honey, we getting another Southern franchise, bitch. We getting Chasing Orlando, honey. So they done took us out west. They done gave us Texas. They gave us Dallas. They gave us LA. We got Atlanta. But baby, now we about to have darn Orlando, honey. So who are going to be the girls that's going to turn it out in Orlando? And since Dario is not opposed to having people from other franchises, I thought about Sean at first, but I was like, damn, Sean done moved from Orlando to moved from Orlando to Atlanta. I want to say Prince is still here in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, if he hasn't finally made the move down to Orlando. And I'm talking about the come up franchise at this point. Cause who else can we think about that's in Orlando that's down there? Now granted we can have some new folks added to the mix, but this is gonna be interesting to see who they get down there. Like also some of the folks asked, are we gonna finally get some lesbians? You done had 4 franchises. We got the trans girls, we got the gays, we had pansexual people on your shit. We've had bisexual people. When is we finally going to get some of the cisgender darn on lesbian women? So is we going to add that dynamic in Orlando? We're going to get some cis lesbians up in the mix? Are we going to also get some different races up in the mix? Because chasing has been predominantly black for the most part, with some sprinkles in between. You know, we've had our very racially, mixed folks. We've had Rico with a K. We've had Lyndon and oh boy, the one that has my song. Oh my baby, tell me why it is. Carrie D. That's what I'm thinking about. We've had Carrie D. We've had old boy that was in the first season of Chasing. Oh, non-binary. Them. Because that person, I can't think of their name, but they was non-binary the first season of Chasing LA, if I'm not mistaken. Oh Lord. And then we had old white boy, honey, William the Saddest. Yeah, we need to have a more spicier white person that can make up for William the Saddest. And Orlando is where it's at. Yeah, give us an old Eminem. Like, this is what I want to see for Chasing Orlando. Honey, give me a white boy with some hood flavor. Not that darn on bootleg Iggy Azalea William the Saddest shit. But I want to see old hard type white nigga, honey. That they almost give you nigga tease. Give me a hood white boy on the franchise. Give me like a young twinkish stud type motherfucker white boy. Throw in a good old Latina in the mix for the Spanish audience. Give us old Afro-Latina, honey. Give us a good old Dominican that's brown skin like an Evelyn Lozada complexion. Then go ahead and give us a couple lesbians, honey. Give us a good brown skin lesbian. Give us an old dark skin lesbian. This way you getting all the color markers and stuff off. You got your dark skin woman. You got your lighter skin woman. You got your Latina. You got your Latina that speaks Spanish. That's also darn on trans. You got your darn on white boy with some mixed flavor. And then you throw in darn on 4 gay queens or whatnot. Of various different hues and sizes. And we always got to have at least 2 darn on male lookers. So in Orlando, go ahead and give us an old nice piece of darn on light skin trade. Give us a good old brown dark skin trade. And then you can give us the other 2 that can just be a combination of their, they can be a few extra pounds. Give us somebody for the plus size girls, honey. Give us old stocky bitch. And then, give us somebody that's a little bit on the shorter side. That way you hit all the markers, honey. You got your short folks represented. You got your plus size represented. You got your cis lesbians represented. You got your trans folks represented. You got your trade looks represented. You got the queen. You got your butch queens represented. You got your darn thug built white boy represented. Honey, you'll be hitting so many darn different category markers. And then, tie them all in somehow with a common theme of chasing whatever different avenues that they have, like whether it's music, fashion, food, and all that. Oh, also throw us a little bit more curve twist. Throw in a good old another real estate agent. Give us another Ted List sorts, honey. So one of them 4 butch queens can be more than educate. Honey, give us old Oliver Twits of Orlando, honey. Give us somebody that will be like Oliver, honey. Give us an old educated bitch, honey. Give us a good tech nerd. We don't talk about black people in IT like that. Like, honey, like you give us a good old Nigerian type of person. Oh, y'all never had an African on darn Now I think about it, y'all never had an African person on chasing. Honey, you give us an old African person from down way of Atlanta with a little bit of tech background that can educatedly read the girls like a Wendy O'Suffle, bitch. Yeah, go ahead and don't do that in Dario. Matter of fact, if you need some assistance with the casting call me. Jamar, call me. I'm talking about Jay Moore, honey. Jamar, call me. Dario, call me, honey. I'm telling you, I'll be down there. I'll fly down to Orlando and help out with the casting call. But the casting call, they do got it open to February 2nd. But honey, if y'all want to do a walk-in casting call and have DivaWuan help screen the folks, honey, I'm here for it. But we're sadly to the end as we know it. They're going to come back in some form of capacity. But right now, this is the end, and this is my last review of Chasing Atlanta. So it's been nice being with y'all for these 2 years on this journey. Well, no, 3 years, because I started in season 4. So yeah, I guess now we got to wait until Chasing what's coming up now, because we done had Chasing Dallas. We done had Chasing Atlanta. Chasing Orlando is going to be that's going to be towards the end of 2024. So right now on the rotating list, it should be Chasing LA, but there's a discrepancy with that because Quentin is no longer part of the franchise. Sorry to my fellow, Fed9 person, honey. Y'all know Quentin is by way of Fayetteville. He's no longer with Chasing. So it's like, who is going to be the reigning person? Now, who's going to take the reins over there on Chasing over there in L.A.? Now, you also got Trey Howard that moved to L.A. So, honey, we can get Trey Howard integrated into over there. And you still got Nicole Ray Hare that is. And you got darn on Andre and the Poet and all of the folks. You got King Kang ain't going nowhere, bitch. King Kang is like the Jackie Christie back. Honey, King Kang ain't going nowhere. So it's like we got to see Dargon Chasing. But are they even filming though? Like that's the thing. What we about to see now? Honey, somebody better come out with something. Dargon Markel, bitch, you been mighty quiet lately. Girl, is we about to get Dallas coming back early? Are we about to get Rookies? Or something like, come on now. So y'all need to give us something in between because I ain't trying to wait all the way to the end of the year. But stay tuned in the social media streets to see what we about to review next. But until then, y'all know where to find me. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon.